I'm going to call the July 6th Mount Angel City Council meeting to order. Please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilor Eater. Here. Councilor Astorga. Here. Councilor Domingue. Here. Councilor Ott.
Here.
Councilor Hooper. Here. Councilor Black. Here. Mayor Bob.
Here. We didn't have any correspondence, correct?
Did not.
All right, well, let's move to the man of the hour, it seems. Swear in our new police officer, Christopher D. Boss.
Chris, come on up. First of all, before we get to the official ceremony here, I'd like to introduce you all to Christopher Boss. Chris was born in 2001 and raised in Colton, Oregon. He's a local guy. Being the second youngest in the family of 6 children. The church he grew up attending had their own small school in Woodburn that he attended from 2nd grade to high school graduation. He decided against going into college after high school and instead pursued the construction trade for the next 5.5 years, framing pole barns, excavation, and metal roofing. In 2023, he worked for a nonprofit food ministry in Pennsylvania in their shop. He found his way back home to Oregon in September 2024 and began working at the Colton School District as a special ed van driver, securing his school bus license actually earlier this year, finishing the school year driving a bus. He has many hobbies, including gaming, mechanic work, and anything music related. He plays several instruments and enjoys drumming for his church when he can. And he's also a very cool weekend warrior. As a U.S. Army reservist drilling close to home at Camp Withicum in Clackamas. He has just over a year of service under his belt, having gone through Army basic training last summer and graduated AIT as a psychological operations specialist. He is excited to see how the Army and the Mount Angel Police Department can complement each other with their training and disciplines. Chris has made it clear he is very excited to work for the Mount Angel Police Department because of one of the main reasons he was interested in working here was to be able to help the community members. He has a heart to help people. And what better way to do that than as a police officer for this great city? So, Sergeant Lopez is going to shoot pictures over my shoulder, so if you turn this way. Cool. If any of you guys want to move to shooting from the front? No. Okay, Chris, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Christopher Daniel Boss.
I, Christopher Daniel Boss,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Oregon
of the State of Oregon
and the laws,
and the laws,
therefore, and rules
therefore, and rules
and regulations
and regulations
of the Mount Angel Police Department.
of the Mount Angel Police Department.
And I will
And I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of police officer
of police officer
during my continuance therein
during my continuance therein
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Well, I need him to sign his oath of office. There, and there. And then he's also going to be signing the Criminal Justice Code of Ethics. And who's gonna pin your badge on?
Mom.
Mom, come on up. This emblem is more than just jewelry. This is who we are, and it represents who we are and what we do. It represents that to the people that we serve, that they trust us for everything that we do because we wear this badge. So if you would please pin this on your son. It operates like this, goes through, and comes over like. Take your time. Yeah. Congratulations. The questions you'd like to ask Mr. Boss before he and his family, wonderful family, and thank you all very much for coming. This is really cool.
I was gonna give us a short 3-minute recess during the mass exodus.
Sounds great.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. You should be very proud.
Okay. Okay. See you tomorrow. Here's this.
Which is there anyone you want me to stand? For sure. I just need to have the information. Go back here.
Thank you.
See. And again. First. There are 35.
No, I know.
There's 31 people that is. I used to make people who are young than us.
Thank you, Kel.
Thank you. I think I know the answer to this. Hey, Paul, do we have the appearance of any interested citizens?
No.
Okay. Moving on to review accounts payable. Do you have any questions? Counselor Donahue? No. Counselor Hot? Counselor Eater?
Is Civil West bill always about that much? Or is that just not so much?
It has been a little high, it's been high due to the subdivisions that they're reviewing right now. That's what's causing it to go back and forth, and or the engineers and our engineer to go back and forth and cost a little more than usual.
And some of that we get refunded.
Correct. Yeah,
And another question I had, did we really sponsor $5,000 for the flower basket program? And that's all I had.
Counselor Jordan?
No.
Counselor Black?
Yeah, on the US Bancorp Service Center. General Civic drones, 13,000. See, it's plural. Is that one drone? Is that two drones? That's two. It's two drones. Are we buying two or buying more? Or
We bought two.
we're gonna buy two?
No, we bought two. We
That's
have,
all we're buying. It's two.
what's that?
Is that all we're buying? It's two?
Just two.
Okay, thank you.
Cause that was funded through.
It was, well, the grant was for $1,000.
Hmm.
But those are $26,000 drones. And you can find them on the open market for about $15,000 each now. We got over 6,500 a piece.
The minutes or
And they fly.
agenda.
As if they're brand new things. And I have one, and Officer Sahon has one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All good. Okay. Moving on to the minutes. Corrections or. I guess any corrections to the minutes from June 1st?
I had one, but I already let Kobe know about it, so.
Okay. Any other corrections to the minutes?
That's what the correction was.
Oh, it was in the roll call, my name wasn't in the roll call when we voted.
Apparently I left it out of one of the roll calls, so I just have.
Apparently I located at that time.
Okay. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll move to approve consent agenda.
Motion by Counselor Eater, seconded by Counselor Hawk. Roll call please.
Counselor Oleg,
All abstain since there was a vigilance.
Counselor Eater,
Aye.
Counselor Hubler. Aye. Counselor Astoria,
Aye.
Counselor Donahue,
Aye.
Counselor Hawk,
Aye.
Mayor Cloud.
Aye. Moving on to new business. We have. Item 9A, which is the Northwest Natural Franchise Agreement Ordinance number 787. Mr. Daniel.
Reading off the CAF, this is back in the summer of 2025, while responding to public records request, it was found that the franchise agreement between Northwest Natural and the city of Mount Angel had expired in 2021. After working with our attorneys to update any provisions, negotiations with Northwest Natural attorneys began. Communication was often few and far between, but we were finally presenting something that both the parties agree on. There are no substantive changes from the prior agreement, which expired again back in 2021. We removed duplicated sentence in section 1.10, updated an issue with numbering in section 5, and increased the general liability insurance provision and updated the notice section. It is city's staff recommendation to conduct the first reading of the attached ordinance granting Northwest Natural a non-exclusive gas utility franchise.
Any questions?
How are we tracking all these like franchise agreements and stuff? To just,
That's a great question. I know that Tara's been working on that, and that's why, you know. The problem is some have been entered in the computer in different places. And so we're doing the best we can to update all of those agreements and everything else in the administrative section of our drive on the server.
Yeah.
all about the different Excel sheets. Everywhere.
Okay.
But like if this was expiring, they wouldn't notify us that we needed to renew it.
So usually they do,
Oh,
usually they do.
okay,
So maybe they did and we missed it.
okay.
I mean, it's hard to say. But we located it and then began to work with them to get a new agreement.
So how long is this one good for?
10 years. I think it
Should
would.
be 10 years, 10 years.
Okay.
And, yeah,
Back at page 49.
5 and 10.
Moving on is the next one.
it should be 10 years.
Or sorry, packet page 24.
Thank you. Great.
Sure.
10 years.
The first one you said.
The next one's 10 years as well, so you know.
Facility fairly fine with operating in the same rules that they have been, either the cities that want something more from them. So they tell them very quiet before. Not talking to you about the expense, editing.
Yeah, and just so that council members, we're limited by what we're allowed to charge under our franchise agreement. So, you know, it was just some basic English corrections that needed to be done, cleaned up on this particular agreement. So, you know, substantively, it's no change. We're getting the same amount. But as more customers get Northwest Natural Service, we will get more money.
Any other questions? So I will entertain a motion. And I'll read it into the.
I move to conduct first reading ordinance 787. Granting Northwest Natural Gas, the non-exclusive gas utility franchise.
I have a motion by Counselor Storga, seconded by Counselor Ott. For first reading of Mount Angel Ordinance 787, the Northwest Natural Gas Franchise Ordinance, and ordinance repealing ordinance number 726, and all other ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance, authorizing the city of Mount Angel to grant a non-exclusive gas utility franchise to Northwest Natural as authorized by the charter of the city and state law, and fixing the terms, conditions of compensation for the franchise.
Counselor Ott,
Aye.
Counselor Blythe,
Aye.
Counselor Eater,
I,
Counselor Hooper,
Aye.
Counselor Estorga,
Aye.
Counselor Donahue.
Aye.
Mayor Dodd.
Aye. Moving on to item 9B, the Wave Division Cable Franchise Agreement.
At the same time, in the summer of 2025, while responding to that same public records request, it was discovered that the franchise agreement between Wave, operating as Astound in the city of Mount Angel, was about to expire. The city was also in need of an upgrade on internet speeds and wanted to memorialize the pro bono services that we received in the new contract. After working with our attorneys to update any provisions, the process of negotiating faster speed services at no cost took considerable time and ultimately could not be provided at no charge for the city hall's needs. Once new and improved services were settled at the library, the new franchise agreement was redlined by Wave and Return. The law requires that franchise agreements with entities of similar service are obligated to be provided similar agreements. Between the last agreement with Wave and this one, the city adopted a rights of way ordinance and established a franchise with Comcast. So the new agreement with Wave was overhauled. It is our recommendation as staff to conduct the first reading of the attached ordinance, granting Wave Division a non-exclusive cable and utility franchise.
Thank you. Any questions on this one? Okay. I will entertain a motion.
I move to conduct the first reading of ordinance 788, granting the Wave Division a non-exclusive cable utility franchise.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Counselor Hoover, seconded by Counselor Astorga for first reading of City of Mount Angel Ordinance number 788. Ordinance granting a non-exclusive cable services franchise to Wave Division 7 LLC.
Counselor Donahue.
Aye.
Counselor Ott,
Aye.
Counselor Blythe.
Aye.
Counselor Eater,
Aye.
Counselor Hooper.
Aye.
Counselor Estorga.
Aye.
Mayor Dodd.
Aye. Moving on to our city manager's report.
I'll keep this very short, because there's been a lot going on, but really only one thing that I need to update the council on. Some of the things that we do is we keep an eye out for equipment that we might be able to use for the city. We have a relationship with govdeals.com, which is a public auction site where municipalities auction vehicles and things like that, which is where we auction our vehicles. I was able to locate a trailer, a 6x12 trailer, bumper tow trailer, that had a sewer camera system mounted inside. Rather than a truck, buying a full-size truck and van or that type of thing. It actually is a pull-behind trailer with a office that has monitors and a computer and the devices needed to run this camera system. And the actual camera system mounted in it that we can put down in our sewer and record what's going on down there. Rather than paying $6,000 every time we need to look at something in our sewers, we will have our own camera system and be able to do that. Not only will we be able to do that, but we'll also be able to better map and video all of our sewers in the city of Mount Angel. It will also actually, it can go virtually anywhere, so our storm and our sewers. Right. So we'll be able to put that down there without having to call an outside entity. Anyway, looked into this, found out that it was a very usable machine, found out it was a backup for another city, and then we started bidding on it. And so we are obtaining this setup for $30,000, just a little over $30,000. Brand new cost, probably around a couple $100,000. It's still quite usable and in great shape. Got all kinds of tools and all kinds of parts that go with it. But the tractor with the camera in it actually has a variety of set of wheels that go on it, and it just goes down the sewer and does its thing. It's got user replaceable lighting, and it's in fairly decent shape. So we decided to continue to bid on it, and I won the election, or I won the auction. We made payment on it this last week. And so Alan and I will be leaving tomorrow to go get it and bring it back to Mount Angel. Ohio.
Hughes or
Yeah.
what's that? What brand is it? Transtar?
And we did have conversations with OEWU, and they recommended it. They thought we would be in very, very good shape of things like this. And we actually have $50,000 budgeted for our project to continue to map out and determine what we need in the future as far as our sewer system, correct?
Out there on Taylor Street. So Civil West recommended that I budgeted 50 grand in this next budget season to scope our sewer system. So we can see any infiltration, like stormwater hookups and stuff. So that will eliminate that.
Anyway, so I'll be taking off, and Al and I will be taking a road trip and coming back. We figure it takes about a week to go and get it and bring it back safely. And then myself, I'm going to be taking about 10 days off towards the end of the month. And but we'll remain in contact, so if something's needed, we'll take care of it. That's all I have.
Councilor Gulak.
Oh, I was just reading last month's minutes, and also a story brought up these electric scooters and bikes. And I just want to throw my support for his concern. See a lot of it involved in some of it, close to some of it. I just want to say, I think we should do what we can in regards to educating both the kids and the parents, and enforcing any laws that we might have to let people know what's acceptable, where they need to drive, how old they need to be on these things, et cetera, et cetera. It is going to be a huge problem.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything we can do, have the maybe school send out a parent square message out to the parents saying this is what the laws say, and we hope and pray that you follow it or something
We,
like that.
we can ask.
I mean, can we even send something in our utility billing, a little,
Well, our utility billings are, we generally got like.
or newsletter, I'm sorry, newsletters.
We're trying to figure out the best ways that we can do that.
Did receive confirmation that one of the most habitual wheelie riding violators of the rules was forced to sell his bike by his father, so.
Yeah, well, it's interesting when you know, officers generally like to give people warnings and give them the opportunity to do the right thing, right? Well, when they're kids in particular, I learned a long time ago, working the gun in Salem, best thing that I could do when I was talking with a child is to call the parent. And the best thing you can do when you call the parent is to have the parent come down and talk with you before they split up and leave. That way, they all receive the same story at the same time. Well, the officer had to recontact the parent because he'd done the aforementioned warning of the child and expecting the child to go home and tell the parents. Well, when I added the extra emphasis, the officer contacted the parent. And I believe has taken the appropriate action.
Yes, that particular cycle is no longer in town, I am told.
Kids feel they're invincible.
And
They're not fully aware how we feel in our cars.
Yeah.
When we almost. Someone comes flying down the sidewalk out of nowhere, and there they are.
But it's very reticent to small children running in front of your vehicle during the parade.
Oh.
We gotta limit the size of the back of tires too on those.
There's a lot that we discovered, but
Oh, by the way, while I was filming my report, great parade, great fireworks at the high school. And it's just, you know, I've been to Candy once, I've been to St. Paul once, and the amount of entries in this one just keep getting bigger and bigger. Everyone comes down, good time. Nice job.
thanks. I've never seen so many people at a parade from start to end ever before.
It's,
And it was very nerve wracking.
oh, yeah, we throw candy at these kids, you know.
And what I was gonna say is, I was looking at some websites today and some Facebook pages from other police departments in different places of the country, and they emphasize no throwing of candy.
Yeah, but
So that may be something we're gonna
reduce the attendance, but that's.
But I'm here to tell you, it's very nerve wracking.
Oh.
I don't know how Counselor Eater felt driving his tractor with the trailer, but I was at the very end of the parade and I had the towers dumping candy literally on the ground.
Yeah, they went by, so.
Yeah. But we figured out how to get the candy away from the band, and so we're gonna build them a special slide this next year. That way they can just put it in the slide and it'll go run out to the end of the road.
Well,
And have Kennedy Shop build that. There you go.
it is, I mean,
Draw
I was there as a little thing,
Yeah,
my wife and I were playing defense, you know.
I'm sure you were. But thank you.
It's excellent.
You know, Public Works jumped in this year, took care of the barricades, which alleviated a lot of responsibility for us and for the paper. So we were able to focus on other things, and as Alan pointed out, they'll be doing all that stuff from here on out because it did go so much better because Public Works was involved.
You know, this, the community spirit there is just great, so.
It was amazing. Thank you.
Counselor Over? Counselor Donahue? Counselor Ott?
Hey, Alan, did you guys flush the hydrants in the last week?
In your area?
Yes,
I don't believe so.
because my water was very murky on Saturday. And then I was visiting my mother-in-law today and she was like, "How are you going to council?" She had a couple of questions for me, which I can bring up later, but she said her neighbor across the street had muddy water in And asked her if it was money. And she goes, why does it do that? And I'm like, look, I'm flashing lines, but I haven't noticed, but mine was.
Was it their hot water?
It was a what?
Was it their hot
It
water?
was the hot water.
It's their hot water heater.
And
Mine does that too.
My hot water heater is new,
Yeah.
so it should not be doing that.
Yeah, you're supposed to drain them every 6 months.
It used to do that 6 months ago when
I
I was
haven't
the
drank
old
mine
one.
for 20 years. Seriously, I haven't.
Never been,
Yeah, these newer ones you gotta do every 6 months, and then you gotta change the sacrificial metal rod.
Because the sacrificial metal rod will
Prevent.
prevent some of that, and it actually causes nitrogen, especially in water heaters that sit and continuously heat water. And that nitrogen comes out and actually is flammable. I can show you a video associated with that.
Yeah.
Happened right here in Mount Angel.
Councilor Reader,
Well, I'm always last.
well, you're council president.
So everybody may not know this, but I had lunch with Pete Wall and if everybody knows, he moved to Vancouver.
No,
Not everybody knew that.
did he sell his place then, or?
He was renting that.
Oh, was he renting there?
But he still comes to the doctor here and I think he still gets his mail here.
Oh,
So you may still see him around town. And I will attest to the dirty water because I flushed my toilet upstairs the other night and I looked
Okay.
again, flushed again, and my toilet water is dirty.
that's not.
No, it's not hot water.
Yep.
Remain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine wasn't even.
On June 19th, twice in my life, I've almost hit somebody in the crosswalk. From the deli to the old little park. And this last time, it scared the living hell out of me because I think the guy walked without even looking. Because he was right there and I skidded to stop. And then the yelling started. But then I went back the next day and I'm looking at the street light, crosswalks like this. And the street light is nowhere near that crosswalk.
oh, this is a night.
This is at night.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if we could get something done with that street light arm or brighter light to shine on that crosswalk,
We can look into it.
but they do not line up.
I don't think that's actually a legal crosswalk.
The one right by the deli and
Burger Time.
Yeah, it's, they'll be moving, ODOT, I have to look at the ODOT plans, but. I know that there's gonna be quite a bit of work in that area.
Is there a way we can get petition for some of those signs on those sidewalks that they are, or the crosswalks that they are gonna have? On that?
Yeah, you know, they have to, ODOT has to specifically designate areas where they're not crosswalks.
Mhm.
And those have been painted, there's a lot of crosswalks on Main Street, right? That have been painted, that shouldn't have been painted.
Mhm.
And so, like you saw up here at Church Street near the fountain, they have put up their special, this is not a crosswalk sign. So where that happens, then they have to designate that and then put up those signs to prevent people from crossing. Now, the painted lines is a problem. But the other piece of this is everywhere that there is an intersection, there is a unofficial crosswalk.
Right, that's the rule is.
Yeah. And so we can talk to PGE about the light there. And see what we can.
I've also noticed that some of the streetlights by the old Blackberry or where the.
Yeah.
The old video store used to be. A old item,
Name's Tony, so.
and it's across the street from the gas station.
Well, so in that particular area, and that is a crosswalk of concern for ODOT. Because I had specific conversations with them about that crosswalk. They are going to put in special extra lighting ODOT is, light poles. In fact, I asked them to make them black because they couldn't boost the output of the nice lights, you know, the decorative light fixtures we have on North Main Street. So they're going to put up their standard ODOT lights. But I asked them to obtain them in black, so they would at least blend in with what's going on around there. As opposed to being some just silver thing that you'd see alongside the highway somewhere. They agreed to that, and so they will be installing new black lights in that location for that particular crosswalk. Very bright.
The crosswalk across by Butch Insurance across,
Yes,
that one is terrible.
right.
Somebody's gonna get hit there.
Yeah.
Because there's vehicles parked there and some people stop, some don't.
One interesting thing also in the plans, if you look at the ODOT plans, there will be bulb outs, which means the crosswalk, the portion of the sidewalk will actually bulb out. So that the person who's then crossing the street leaves the curb on the other side of where that car is parked. So there will be increased visibility of pedestrians attempting to cross the street.
My last comment was, I think the fly issue probably put to bed, but I had two mates, one ex-mate farmer tell them it's their problem. This is not the city's.
I believe that to be true.
And he said it's so bad this year is because we have not had a good freeze in 2 years. So it's great for cold winter.
This is all, yeah, wouldn't mind.
How could the flies seem to be getting worse? I mean, I grew up on we had fleeting farms.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of problems like.
So there's significant areas, both at the Mink farm and then at the other farm to the south. Where there is rotting vegetable material and mulch products and manure and all kinds of things like that, which are exposed to the atmosphere, to the air. And that is prime, if you look into all the fly breeding stuff, is where flies lay their eggs. And so they like to come up in that big area of the Mink farm, but then also at the other farm as well, because of their business, and that's their agribusiness. But it does promote the growth and the breeding of flies.
No report this month?
I don't, I'm gonna join my, his advisor.
All right, just checking. I only have a couple things. One, flowers went up, and I gotta give a shout out to Alan's team, Public Works. This was their first year doing it, and the assembly line fashion of what they came up with really worked out pretty swell to be able to do it the OSHA certified legal way of doing it and get it done in just over a day the first go around, especially since you got a little bit of a late start because of the weather. That was awesome. Had multiple people say that they're all in great shape. You guys did a good job not banging them up. that came directly from Katie Fessler. So
Thank you.
good work to Public Works. So they're up and getting watered, and then obviously we just had the 4th of July, and so credit where credit's due. The chamber put on a heck of a parade, and yes, I think we need to partner with a few people at the towers to create some modifications to the van to help with our ongoing safety concern with the candy. I'm kind of shocked that our local dentist hasn't sponsored this parade, considering there's probably 1,000 pounds of candy that got thrown out.
I saw kids walk away from that with those plastic grocery bags that you used to be able to get. As big as medium-sized pumpkins.
Oh, absolutely.
I will say about this senior van, there was joy in that van.
Oh, yeah.
There was ultimate joy.
It's their Super Bowl. They love it.
It's no problem with that. But it's what happens afterwards. Because it didn't bring me any joy.
And they threw good candy. I thought for sure it was gonna be Werther's Originals, but.
Oh, what's wrong with Werther's?
Why can't you put them at the end?
They are
at the end.
They are at the end, there's no problem.
And it's the problem because they drop such large amounts of candy and then they all run out in front of the chamber vehicle and the police vehicle.
Oh, geez.
And I'm trying to get them out of the streets. I was irritating, I think, you know what, out of our chamber people, but I didn't know how else to keep the kids out of the
We
streets.
saw the police vehicle go by and the guy driving it wasn't letting too happy.
Yeah,
It was.
whoever was in the white F-150 had quite the scowl.
He was very focused, but I'll talk to him about his scowl.
That's what it
He's a one-armed man.
The fireworks were fantastic. I didn't make it down to the school. I watched them from elsewhere, but no, it was great. We did receive one issue from one person here in town, and it had to do with their neighbor. We got the email. I actually had a chance to speak with them, and their concerns were something that's already illegal, so that one is to bed for now. And then the only other thing is, I think perhaps next year, I think whoever runs the Cavalry Cemetery is gonna consider whether or not to close it, due to it being a prime viewing location for many.
Were there fireworks going off in the cemetery as well?
There was rumors that there may have been some people who were not being as respectful as they should have been in the cemetery, but they have not been confirmed. So with that, if there's nothing else, we are adjourned.